Hello there, boys and girls in the Minecraft universe. SentreNet here with another news update on the channel. And today, we have a lot of words. A lot of them. There's a brand new beta that has dropped for the Bedrock version of the game. It's available on Xbox One, Windows 10, and Android. And this is the 14th beta for what we all know as the Nether Update. It is 1.16.0.63. Oh, I'm about to read a lot of words. So take it easy on me if I mispronounce some stuff as I'm reading my way through this. We're going to try and get this done in one take, but it's a lot. It's a big one. So first up, we have crashes and stability. We have our favorite line that we love to see in every single release note that they give us. They fix several crashes that could occur during gameplay. That's good. What are they? How many are left? Because you guys are fixing these in every single release. They fixed a crash when auto-crafting 64 honey blocks from the recipe book in survival. They fixed a crash that could occur if the player equipped any piece of netherite armor, used a clear command to clear it, then equipped another piece of netherite armor of the same type. How did people find this in their testing? That's crazy. They fixed a crash that could happen when a mob state changed. And they fixed navigation.walk to handle the case where it is used on a flying entity so that the flying entity will not cause lag while it is touching the ground. Now on to the general section. They updated the Mojang Studios loading screens. They did this in the beta and the snapshot. And if you guys saw my episode or my news update, Mojang is now known as Mojang Studios, and all the logos have to change across the board. Nether biome distribution now better matches that in Minecraft Java Edition. Parity, ladies and gentlemen, we've been asking for it. They are working on it. They fix an issue where players on Xbox One may have errors accessing the marketplace. They improved reliability of loading characters. So when you log in, you want your character to be there. The worst thing for me is having to scroll all the way down to find the Incredible skin pack because I am Mr. Incredible. Alphabetically, it's not a good thing. I want it to always be there. They fixed an instance where a character can be lost when offline. Go find them. They fixed an issue that prevented achievements from being unlocked offline after reconnecting. We need our achievements. We work very hard on the game, and some of us love getting every single one of them. They fix an issue of incorrect player hand animations when using the fishing rod in third person. They fix the Xbox main menu getting stuck forever after canceling the sync pop-up. So, on the Xbox, it goes out to Xbox Live and it grabs all of your saves out there and makes sure that they're in sync with the ones that you have locally on your Xbox. If it's taken a long time and you want to hit cancel because you want to move on, the game would stop responding. It would just like spin and get stuck forever. So I'm glad they're fixing that. Secondary players in split screen game now will animate properly when you look at them. You want to see the people you're playing with and you want to see them correctly. Suspending and resuming the game will no longer make a player's model disappear. Poof, you're gone. The second player's hands in a split screen game will no longer disappear when you look at them with the first player. Could you imagine looking over and the dude you're playing with has no hands? That's not fun. It will be fun-y, but it's not fun. Nether brick texture has been updated. Chiseled nether brick and quartz brick textures are updated. Quartz bricks, for some reason, that's hard for me to read. I don't know. Crimson Trapdoor is now called Crimson Trapdoor. So one word versus two. Warped Forest are now more rare compared to other nether biomes. So here I am recording and my nose is itching. That's not good. When players enter Warped Forest, the previous music track now plays until it's finished. So certain areas have certain music. They don't want to cut it off when you walk into a new area. The Bedrock credits have been updated. They fixed an issue where experimental mode was not being enabled for clients when the server level has it enabled. Remember those misspeaks I was talking about at the beginning? Yeah, they're starting now. I'm going to take a sip of my beverage. Hang on. Love my creeper cup. Fix an issue where experimental mode was not being enabled for clients when the server level has it enabled. If everything is on experimental, you want the people that are logging in to see it as well. Optimized sound loading. Load on low memory is now deprecated in sound definitions.json, as all audio can now be played on low memory devices. So phones, tablets, regardless of what you guys are playing on, audio can now play on everything. That's what they're saying. We'll see. We're going to test that. Fix the world conversion issue that was causing some items in chunks to convert to bedrock incorrectly. Yep. Nope. Gameplay. Dying shulker boxes no longer causes items to vanish. So I have a shulker box that is full of diamonds. I die it. All my diamonds are gone. I'm not going to be happy. So fix that. Yes, indeedy, please. Fixed incorrect spawn position when set on top of a pressure plate. Fixed at an issue where taking arrows, fireworks, or nautilus shells into the offhand will break the offhand UI. They fix an issue where lava would drop uncooked food. Really? Lava should heat it up and it should cook it, right? That's what they teach us. Added fallback to world spawn if the respawn anchor spawn is obstructed. So you're in the nether, you have a respawn anchor, it's broken, you die, you need to spawn somewhere, so they're going to send you back to world spawn in the overworld. Your home bed was missing or obstructed message will now show again. Respawn point set message is now displayed for the respawn anchor in all cases. Respawn anchors can be charged without setting respawn point and without exploding outside of the nether. The respawn anchor can now have blocks placed against it if it does not contain a charge. Villagers will now harvest crops regardless of what crop amounts they have in their inventory. This is going to fix the villager-powered farms. XP orbs shoot in random directions once again. It is now impossible to use beds if there is no room for the player to stand next to or on top of the bed when they wake up. So if you can't get out of the bed, they're not going to let you in the bed. It is now impossible to interact with piglings who are admiring golden items. They're distracted. They see their shiny objects. You're not going to be able to talk to them. Respawn anchors no longer destroy blocks when detonated underwater. If you blow stuff up underwater, it doesn't break. And now for respawn anchors, it's going to be the same. Respawn anchors now play an appropriate sound when it depletes. The lodestone compass is now supported in commands. Barrier blocks no longer generate in bastion remnants. That had to be something with the structure blocks that they used to spawn them in. Chests in bastion remnants now always generate with loot. Could you imagine? Find a chest, there's nothing in it. We've gone through this over the years with all the other structures in the game, so I'm glad they're fixing it. You want a reward when you go through the effort to be able to find a structure. Mobs no longer consume one of two swords of the same material dropped in the same place. They fixed the smithing table sound not playing while being used. The respawn anchor charging sound no longer plays in basalt delta biomes. Lodestone and compass now play an appropriate sound. Twisting vines block is now called twisting vines. Ooh, shiny achievement. Will now unlock when distracting a piglin with a gold ingot by right-clicking. Twisting vines and weeping vines are now destroyed and popped as items immediately when flooded. Farms. My nether sprouts no longer produce an invalid item that could not be used. Moving blocks now have the correct collision box. One take, getting it all done. Lots of words. Fire now properly converts to soul fire on soul sand and soul soil when fire ticking is turned off. Campfires can now be crafted with charcoal. Using quartz block in a stone cutter now produces quartz slabs instead of smooth quartz slabs. Dispenser now uses one glowstone when filling the respawn anchor. Silk Touch enchantment now works on the respawn anchor. Silk Touch enchant and set block command now works on Crimson Button, Warp Button, Crimson Hyphy. Remember, I was going to pronounce stuff incorrectly. I'm sure it's wrong. Stripped Crimson Hyphy, Warped Hyphy, Stripped Warp Hyphy, Weeping Vines, not wiping, weeping, Twisting Vines, blackstone pressure plate, and polished blackstone buttons. Whew, words. English is hard! Chains can now be pushed by pistons without breaking. Soul torches can now also be crafted with charcoal. Warped fungus on a stick can now be enchanted, similar to carrot on a stick. They're basically the same thing, they're just used in different ways. The components are different, but like the structure's the same, so they want them to be similar from an enchanting perspective. Striders now take falling damage. Baby Strider sitting on an adult Strider now will freeze when its parent is on land. Strider movement speed has been adjusted to closer match Minecraft Java Edition. Netherite items will not catch fire because they are fire resistant. If you can't catch fire, you shouldn't catch fire. Large basalt columns can no longer be over 10 blocks tall. Basalt deltas now have the correct blocks generating in the biome. Blackstone buttons, pressure plates, slabs, and walls now have the right appearance on maps. The respawn anchor can now only be mined with a diamond or netherite pickaxe. Mobs now prefer stone sword over gold sword, except for the piglins. Twisting vines and weeping vines now emit correct sounds when broken. Chain now plays correct sound when placed. Lodestone now requires a pickaxe to be mined. Many doors have had their texture updated. Warp stem and crimson stem now have the same mining time as the oak log. Consistency is key. Warp planks or crimson plank slabs no longer appear as default recipes for some items. Players no longer spawn on a block after relaunching the world while falling. So if I'm falling and I save and quit and then I try to go back in, the cheaty bits, they're over. Fix an issue that could cause the player to respawn underwater. Drowning as soon as you get in, that's no fun. Netherite shovel can now be used to extinguish campfires. Soul soil can be mined more quickly with shovels now. Tools have uses. We want to be rewarded for using the right tool for the right job. Crimson and warped hyphae, including stripped, can now be crafted into planks in bedrock. Weeping vines can now be grown using bone meal with dispensers. Okay, I had to do a quick take because I'm talking too much. Mobs! They fixed an issue where chickens on slabs wouldn't take damage from lava. You want them to take damage from lava. Hello. The cool thing is, chicken farms. Hoglins should now always be pacified after fleeing from warped fungus farms. Mobs can now pathfind on soul sand blocks. Piglins can now outrun hoglins. Hoglins will retaliate against crossbow-wielding piglins less frequently. Villagers no longer drop items they pick up, so don't litter villagers, thank you. Pick it up and move on. Using pick block on Zoglin now gives Zoglin spawn eggs. Netherite helmet now renders properly on piglins. You guys try and read all these words. Hoglins and Zoglins are now more resistant to knockback. Piglins now make a retreating sound while fleeing from soul fire torches, soul fire lanterns, and soul fire. Piglins and Hoglin behavior while fleeing has been improved. Zoglin and zombified piglin no longer drown in lava. Excuse me. Change many mobs' behavior while drowning in lava. Aggravated piglins no longer barter, so if they're mad at you, they're going to tell you to go away. Gold ingots now always properly render in piglins' hands during bartering. Mobs should no longer consume items they pick up. They're going to hold them. Piglin now becomes angry when trap chests are destroyed. Hoglins no longer flee from Zoglins. The zombified piglin texture has been updated. Mobs that can equip helmet armor can now also equip turtle shell. They fix an issue where tame pets would occasionally disappear after transferring to and from the nether. This was in the last beta, hopefully it's good now. And angry bees are now slower, so no killer bees? I think that's what they're saying. Blocks! Iron bars and glass panes now connect to walls. Hyphae blocks can now be crafted into their perspective planks. Moving blocks now have the correct collision box. Alright, moving on to graphical. Fixed low light emitting block items not matching the placed block brightness. Fix mobs in mob spawners not being visible. We've seen this in 1.14 over and over and over again. Jamaica dude, you're not crazy. It was not there, but it was there at the same time. Mobs in item frames no longer have lines through them. Fixed maps missing textures after reloading the world. Fixed an issue where lighting wasn't refreshed when going through portals back into the overworld. Fixed the excessive hand bob motion caused by playing an animation on the hand and camera together. Items held by mobs should now render correctly. This is pretty much in line with the one that we saw above about the gold ingots. Lodestone compass now renders properly in the inventory. Moving on to the user interface. They tweaked the server tab navigation. They've been working on this. This has been in the betas for a while. I'm really curious to see where this goes because I do an awful lot of playing on servers. Not just the Hive that I stream on, but I've got Broke Rock and a whole bunch of other servers that I actually manage. So I want to see improvements on that tab, and they're doing a good job of getting there so far. Creative recipe books show item groupings again. Good. Added a background to title and subtitle text with adjustable opacity. Opacity can be changed in the accessibility tab in the settings menu. Added a background to the action bar text used in the /title command. The same background is also applied to the item text above the hotbar. Smithing table UI has been updated. Whew, we're almost there. This beta is massive. I'm telling you guys, they've got a lot of work that they're still trying to do, and I do think that we're probably close to a month away from getting the beta. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. That's just my feeling. I could be absolutely wrong because they haven't told anybody when they're doing this, but I think we're like a month away. They fixed a bug where bees and other new mobs were missing the non-Minecraft : version when you're doing a /summon command. You should now be able to spawn every vanilla mob without it. They added new They added a new overload for /replace item with an option for destroy, which was the original behavior, or keep, the command that will return an error if an item occupies the slot. They fix an issue where the clear command would not clear damaged tools. /clear should clear all of it, regardless of the status of the tool that you have in your inventory. /setBlock command fails on the new blocks if attempted with a non-default state. And /setBlock command now works for more block states. Alright, so here's the part that's always fun to read because it is add-ons and scripting, and a lot of times this isn't English, it's Cody. So let's see how this goes, shall we? They fixed a knockback issue that stopped crates in the Rescue Mission Lava Town marketplace map from moving when hit. Added a new loop mode to animations. Now instead of omitting loop, you have it stop playing when finished, or setting loop to true to have it loop when finished, you can now say loop, hold on last frame to keep applying the last frame of animation. A content error will now show up if a range JSON node is defined as an array, but it only has a single value. A content error will now show up if you use more than one move control component, jump control component, or navigation component. Functions with a mix of invalid and valid commands will only execute the valid ones with command version 1.5 and below in these cases. And below, period. They're missing a period. In these cases, the function name will not show up in the auto suggestion list, but can still be executed if typed out. Starting in 1.16, functions with any invalid commands, for example, incorrect selector syntax, will no longer register and cannot be called. When setting the JSON variables attack interval min and attack interval max, the component will now correctly throw a context error if the max is less than the min. So you want it to operate within the parameters that are defined. They fix an issue where sounds would sometimes have incorrect settings applied to them, leading to 2D sounds to play as 3D and vice versa. They fix an issue that was cutting off playing sound incorrectly, though can still easily occur if audio is loaded up that takes a lot of memory. Comments in JSON arrays no longer cause an error. You want to be able to put comments in there so that when you go back to see what you were doing, you've got it spelled out for you. They're basically notes for yourself. Now, down here, a really funny thing is they have not updated the logo. This does not say Mojang Studios. This does not say Mojang Studios. I just think it's funny. It's entertaining. They've got a lot of work to do to get the Mojang Studios stuff applied to everything that they have. So my heart goes out to them. I'm really excited about the changes they're making. This update is going to be amazing whenever we get it. I think we're a month away. That's my guess. You guys can let me know down there in the comments what you guys think. If you guys want a link to these release notes, they're going to be down there in the description. Make sure while you guys are down there, you smash the thumbs up button. Lets me know that you guys enjoy my goofiness with reading the words, the release notes to you. So you don't have to. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, like I said, smash the thumbs up button. If you guys really loved it, make sure you subscribe if you're new here. If you're not new here and you've been supporting me and coming back and showing me love in all my videos, I love you. Thank you all so much. Everybody, thank you for hanging out today. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one. SentreNet. Bungling words after reading all that. And I'm out!